What's going on, everyone? American and Leeds, the American and Leeds YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well. Trying to go live here on the old Twitter as well. Wasn't able to do a formal description there, but that's hey ho. We rock and we roll. We'll see how this one goes. Welcome in, everyone. American and Leeds. Alex. Happy Tuesday morning, wee hours of Tuesday morning for you out in the United Kingdom. So hope you're all doing well and want to talk, of course, the Mighty Whites, Leeds United. Anton Stach has signed, and with Stach and Longstaff, I gotta believe there's a formation change. And obviously, we just played a 4-3-3 against Manchester United in a friendly. I think this is a legitimate, formation change. Farke played with two. He played with two holding midfielders in the championship. Was that necessary? Maybe, maybe not. Got us promoted. But I think he's going to play with three in the Premier League. So three holding midfielders. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how things change. When I think of a 4-3-3, I don't think we're going to play like this, but I think of, and again, I'm a very novice American. Many of the people that watch me know much more about football than I do. I mean, people step into my comments that say that they're fans for 30 years, 40 years watching football. So when I think of a 4-3-3, I think of Jurgen Klopp's side. And obviously, he ran an incredible 4-3-3. And I think a lot of Bobby Firmino, who was obviously the striker for Liverpool for many years. And I was just texting with a friend of mine, two friends of mine, Liverpool and Tottenham fan, of course. And we talked about how if a number 9 could pass like a 10, that it was basically a cheat code. It was an ability you have the ability to finish, lead the line, and then pass. And obviously Harry Kane and Firmino came up so much. Not so much Patrick Bamford. But, Holland can't do that. Holland can't really pass to the level of a Harry Kane. He just can't. And but when I think of a 4-3-3 and I think of this system, and again, I'm not an expert, so please step into my comments. I'm begging you. I don't know. I think we need to be much more clinical up top. If we are playing a 4-3-3, and if we are playing with sometimes 4 holding midfielders-ish, then that means the 3 that are playing in front of them have to be lethally, lightning quick, and take their chances. If you look at the stats from the Manchester United game, 50-50 in possession. I mean, pretty much everything's pretty much split. I mean, and again, this isn't your father's kind of Manchester United, but the one area that we were lacking, the two areas that they dominated were shots on target. They had many more shots on target than we did. We had 4. It'll be a make or miss league. It's a take your chances or miss your chances league for Leeds United. And corners, we were dominated by corners. And then the other the stat that I thought was interesting is passes in the final third. And they outpassed us in the final third quite a bit. Now, I know preseason friendly, when you look at the first half of the first 20 minutes, first for really the first half. Manchester United fans said we lost the battle of midfield, which was I believe our talent in midfield, as well as because Tanaka played very well. I thought he was excellent, but I think our tactical setup was to dominate midfield. Now, Kuna was a problem. Kuna would have been a problem. He was winning free kicks all over the place. He would have eventually caused us some problems. I think there was probably a penalty. You know, there are going to be games in the Premier League where you're kind of hard done by. That might have been a game, if that was actually played out, where we would have lost 2-0. Now people could say, well, we could have won it 2-0. Yeah, okay. But by and large, Leeds United are not a clinical side. We've always had to create a lot of chances to finish a lot of chances. So my concern right now is I don't think we're good enough in that final third. And I know the 49ers Enterprises and the board are looking to improve that area. Igor Paxiao, Munez. There's been other links. I believe that they will improve the final third. But my point is, we're gonna have to get very good in the final third. And because right now, as this team sets up, I don't think we're gonna lose 7-0. I don't think we're gonna get absolutely like hammered. You know, some of those Farke, like Norwich sides that got absolutely hammered 6-7-0, 5-0. I don't think we're going to see a lot of those, but we could string up a few 2-0 losses, 1-0 loss, 2-1 loss. My fear is actually transitioning into, are we going to score enough goals? And I'm saying, yes, okay, Leeds are going to try to improve that area, but you know, it's going to be a side where, yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to be hard to beat, but we got to score enough goals. This was from a common person that commented on my channel a few weeks back. He said Leeds need to score 40 plus team goals in order to stay up. The team isn't going to keep that many clean sheets. Now, I expect us to do more than the 3 that got promoted, but he said Leicester and Ipswich managed 2 clean sheets. If they're not scoring 1.25 plus goals a game, they're going to have too many draws to stay up. Right now, they don't have enough goal scoring. This was from a neutral person, to reach that goal. I actually believe him. To get a goalkeeper, go get a goalkeeper, then have the 49ers Moneyball guys crunch numbers and see how they can get 45 goals on their budget. Gives them a reasonable chance of staying up. If Leeds needs a 15-goal striker in a position, pay what you have to pay to get there. A value striker scores 8 goals. A value striker who scores 8 goals is no help. Look, I mean, we'll get goals hopefully from all over the pitch. Everybody will pitch in on hopefully the goal area. But if we're going to be this team with 3 holding midfielders and 2 really 2 to 4 that stay back, and Farke could adjust his tactics. Of course, we could go to a 4-2-3-1, but also reflect back on we have not been linked to too many number 10s, out and out number 10s, creative midfielders, creative attacking midfielders, cams, whatever you want to call them. How many have we been linked to? I would say 0. I mean, the people are saying Gus Hammer, but that's not a link. I mean, Buendia, that was a link in the winter. That's not really been linked. Those are stretches. We have not been linked to a number 10. I sincerely believe that Farke is going to employ a 4-3-3. Last year, he was playing 3 at the back during preseason, but I knew that was just, hey, we didn't have enough players. So we're just going to mess around, get in shape, and see what happens. So that front 3 is really going to be an area of, I don't know, concern until we really get it done. And I think the two Brazilians that we're looking at are the correct two players, but until we get them over the line, I'm not going to be super convinced of anything. I think we're going to be a team that's going to be difficult to break down. We're going to be a group of grafters that can grind it out, but until we get some guys that can really break on transition and hate to say it, proven at top flight, then I don't know, how much I can really invest. That's going to be a worry for me. Bamford, man, he's been the striker since pretty much I've been a fan. And I can't believe, when it came out that Farke said he's not part of his plans this season, I always like, okay, yeah, all right, well, we'll see. But now that the fact that he's so far out of the plans that he's training with the U21s, this truly is, again, never say never. It's not completely out. And again, who would pick up his wages? 1 year left. I'm sure he will go kicking and screaming. But if this is the end of Bamford, he's been the striker at Leeds United for almost all of my fandom. I've been a fan since Gary Monk. He didn't come in that area. Chris Wood obviously was the striker, but right after that, he's just been with the camp so long. I don't want to do a commiseration on Bamford, but best of luck, good person, and I don't see him going out of the country. I think he's just started a family. I don't think he's going to the U.S. I think he will, if he can swallow the pill of his ego, I think he goes down. Jack Harrison to the championship. Jack Harrison, I figured they would want to take a look at him. I'm just ready to move on. He was really poor for me against Manchester United. He obviously didn't have the partnership with Byram, so that whole Nanto Bogle side looked a lot better. If you include Tanaka in there, they expressed themselves, to use a Bielsa word, a lot better. But I don't want to see Harrison near the side. I don't. If he had anything to offer, if he was maybe I don't know, even Sinistera, who was kind of a snake, if there was some kind of quality I could work on, I don't want a grafter. Again, that front three's got to spring a counter so quickly and be so clinical. I haven't seen him do that in 5 years, Harrison. So I'm done with Harrison. I like him less with the ponytail. It's frustrating me. He's hearkening back to when he was 5 years younger. It's you're not that player anymore. Anyways, so Harrison, I don't want to see. Meslier is still here, so that is a concern. We're getting good reports that Meslier is having a good, off season. He's making incredible saves all over the lot. He can't be here. He cannot be here. He can't start the season with us. I mean, he's got to be third choice. The tempting will be there for Daniel Farke because he is a good shot stopper and he is good at his feet. And I'm concerned that they haven't had the goalkeeper as a priority. They think these outfielders are a bigger priority. I mean, I get it, but I don't. I really think that the goalkeeper, if you are going to play and you're going to want to play out at moments, and that's why Darlow has a great partnership with Ampadu and Rodon. We talked all about it towards the end of last season. I think you're going to want to put a goalie in soon. What do I know? I could eat my words. People have forgotten more about football than I'll ever know. So let's look at the squad build. Maybe I could just share this on the old Twitter. Twitter. Just turn my camera around. And I put in a 4-3-3. Now you could say, Alex, Ampadu could play center back. You could kind of put what was the latest one that really kind of just disappointed me? Somebody said Bornau could play fullback. But do we really want Bornau playing fullback? If these fullbacks are going to be very important to us and they're a way to express ourselves down the pitch or put the ball down the pitch, do we really want Bornau and Byram? So I do think that the fullback area is going to continue to be important, and Schmidt is important, and you know, getting depth there is still vital to how we play. So again, square peg round hole FC is where you really get hurt, and that's what we did. That's how we got relegated. The squad was wafer thin. So let's look at the squad build. People actually need to like write out what I call a depth chart. And this is it here. So I think there needs to be so I'm being greedy. This is my wish list. It's, I'm writing to Santa Claus, whatever. I think you need a winger because I don't want to see Jack Harrison be in contention. I don't think he has confidence in Ramazani. Right. And again, you could say, oh, William, I get it. So you put Dan James over here or Nanto over here on the left. And those will probably be your starting wingers. But again, you want another winger. I think you want another striker that can give you a little bit more pace than Joel Perot. Mateo Joseph is rumored to be, it's late here, and I'm say traded, but the sold. Lucas Nimka, I thought looked good, and Harry Gray's too young. So you want a striker, you want another winger. I think you need now again. Anton Stach will play center. I get it. Whatever, however you're going to set it up. We don't have an attacking midfielder outside of Aronson. So if you put Tanaka over here, Stach in the middle, and Ampadu over here, however you're going to set up. But I think because you haven't seen, you have not seen the real cams linked, I would get one. So maybe you don't get that. Maybe you don't get another cam. Maybe you're happy with the midfield. Jaden Bogle, I think, needs depth. I mean, the Bornau, you don't want Bornau playing fullback. I just don't think you want that. Maybe people think they're fine. Maybe Bogle will play, 40 plus games and you're good. And then goalkeeper. You do all that. I think you're well on your way and you're feeling much more confident. Again, why am I holding the 49ers to, I've been more harsh maybe than other content creators because you told me you were aiming for 10th and that you're aiming for 10th and you realize that you're probably going to get 17th. If you're really aiming for 10th, then you need a lot more. Aim for 10th. Truly aim for 10th. Don't aim for 17th. And I understand there's squads that are weakening like Brentford, Wolves, West Ham, etc., Manchester United, right? But don't count on it. We do not have Kuna. That would have been the difference, I think, in that game. We don't have Kuna. We don't have Mbeumo. We don't have those players on this side currently. So will we be difficult to break down? Will we be difficult to, to score against? Yeah. But can we come back? I mean, there was games against, like, let's say, we give up an early corner, a set piece goal, we're down 1-0, and then somebody scores a worldie from, I don't know, 20 yards out. I don't see this current squad coming back from 2-0 down to win a game to even get a result. Bielsa's side, we would have been down 2-0, but we knew that the side would continue to come back and get and try to get a result. As the current squad build is, in the Premier League, I'm not completely convinced that we can win a game 3-2 against a Premier League opposition, Premier League defense, Premier League side. We need more quality. So building from the back, absolutely. I think we're going to be more difficult. The height is huge, but that front three, when we break, has got to be lethal. And we've got some speed, but I think we need more clinicality. And hopefully Igor and Munez both sign, and by in the next 48 hours, and this will all be moved. I'm going to continue to push the club. I'm going to be, as a content creator, I'm continuing to push the conversation. I just know that if we get off to a bad start, specifically in August or September, I think I lost audio on Twitter. It's going to be difficult. Way Farke has thrown Bamford ruthlessly, says Hujaz. He knows this could be his last shot, and Meslier was the biggest mistake last season in terms of squad selection. I hope he realizes it. Yeah, I agree. This is the kind of last stand for, you're right. This is last stand for Farke. If Daniel Farke is going to prove himself as a top flight manager, I went back and looked at his Norwich games. They were some ugly games. Like scary, ugly, bad. Like you got spanked. And it's tough to lose a game where you're hard done by, where you're like 2-1, whatever, 1-0. Those are hard losses. But when you get spanked and then the next game you lose a hard grinder of a game, it's just tough. So but I like that point by Hujaz. We need a minimum of 4. Mark B, I agree. I think we need 4. I think we need the winger, the striker, a cam. I really think we need a cam before it's Aronson's the only cam. I mean, what if for some reason you are mid-table and then all of a sudden you're playing, let's just say Brentford for whatever reason has gotten a bad manager. They're just, whatever. They're not playing well. They've decided to set up a low block. So now it's a team where you do want to possess the ball. You want to go back to Farke's 4-2-3-1, and your only cam is Aronson still. He's going to unlock the defense? Maybe. If it's in the first half of the season, he's fallen off every second half of the season that we've had with him. So we need another cam. So yeah, winger, striker, cam. I think we need another fullback because, again, if you're going to if the fullbacks are going to provide width as they have been doing for almost every side in the continent of Europe, you're going to want another fullback and a goalkeeper. You got to get another goalkeeper. I hope they're not whistling past that goalkeeper grave, man. And Darlow, I would start Darlow, but there is something about Farke he really did not trust Darlow's feet as well as Meslier's. That's it. That's my time. Smash the like. I can't believe I got 1,800 views. I don't think I'll get that this time just because the time of the day, but really appreciate everybody's support of the channel recently. And like I said, I go on about once a week. I like the way we're building. I'm confident the 49ers will still get business done. Goalie. I've been saying it for 2 months. Just you get another goal, you get a goalie, and Igor, we're cooking. And now I'm starting to go, okay. All right. Come on, Leeds. Get in. That's it. That's my time. Be well. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Bye.